You're watching the Scottsdale Signature Stallion Championship for Yearling Colts, and you're about to see something I've never seen before, which is this colt jerks its head away from the handler and pulls the lead line right out of her hands. He trots around a little bit, but he settles down pretty quickly, and then an assistant comes in to get a hold of him, and it's actually surprising this doesn't happen more often, considering how strong horses are. Anyway, our first entry is number 1195, Royal Luca, handled by Amanda, either Pagan or Pagan, not sure which it is, but a beautiful colt. Next in is number 141, Ovation JM, and the handler is Margaret Vandenbroek. That's probably about the most beautiful bay color I think I've ever seen, and just a pretty star on his forehead too. I didn't have a chance to say this earlier, but this class was part of the 2024 Scottsdale Arabian Horse Show. The next colt up is number 907, Prism ACA, handled by Manny Lawrence. And just a beautiful chestnut on this one. He's got a big white blaze and he's got one white sock. Just another beautiful coat. Our fourth colt, out of 9 entries by the way, is number 1084, Joker BHN. The handler is Faith Kritschke. And spoiler alert, all 9 of these colts are just amazing, as you are seeing on these first 4 that have come through the gate. And I love the way this one moves. Just look at him in slow motion. He is poetry in motion for sure. I personally thought he had the best movement out of all the horses in this class. And there he shows off that movement one more time. Next through the gate is number 364, RD Indigo, handled by Murray Popplewell. This one's a big, powerful looking dark bay colt. Got lots of energy too. Yeah, he is definitely all boy out there, isn't he? And one last look at us as he goes by. Our 6th entry is number 1145, Mateo Anvil, and the handler is Ellen Harris. This is another uniquely colored gray. I think I would probably call that champagne gray, but I don't know. What do you think? Leave a comment and let us know what you think. I'm really sorry I missed the next 3 colts as they came into the arena, but you'll see plenty of them coming up later. The Scottsdale show is huge, so sometimes when I go from one arena to the other, it's hard to time it just right to catch the beginning of a class. But anyway, we get to see each colt as the handler walks them by the judges, and we get to take a good look as well. Just a reminder to click the like button if you're enjoying this video, and if you subscribe, you can be notified of more videos coming out on a weekly basis. Now, each colt is brought up one at a time for presentation. This is one of the entries we did not see come in at the beginning, so this is number 1841, Eltopia, and he is handled by Adam R. Miller. Eltopia is another beautiful bay colt, and his coat just shines in the Arizona sunshine. The next one we missed at the beginning, so this is number 178, Duval LD, and the handler is Danielle Hull. Another bay horse, and if you don't know what bay is, that just means it's brown with a black mane and tail, and the lower legs are also black, as you can see on this one. And here he gets a little frisky, does a little kick. But then Danielle gets him under control, no problem. This is the last of the horses we did not see as they came into the arena. This is number 322, London with 2 L's, or maybe it's London with 2 L's, and the handler is Micaiah Carson. And yet another bay colt, and this one has 4 white socks. I think technically those are called stockings when they're just short little things like that. More like anklets than socks, but he's a really pretty colt. And colt is the key word there, as he gets a little bit frisky, as yearlings often do. So now the rest of the horses for presentation we did see come in at the beginning, and this one is number 141, Ovation JM. His sire is Nashville A, and the dam is Fantasia VA. And speaking of a coat that shines, just look at this guy. His coat looks amazing in the sun. And now Margaret Vandenbroek takes him on a little stroll so we can see his movement. And she has just a little trouble getting him going. He is a yearling colt after all, and they have not been in the ring as much as the older colts and stallions, so they haven't quite learned the ropes yet. He looks great here as he perks his ears up as he goes right in front of us. The next colt being presented is number 907, Prism ACA out of Pagani JCA, and the dam is BST Lily May. That chestnut coat looks like copper shining in the sun, doesn't it? If you don't know what chestnut is, it's like this, sort of a reddish brown, and the mane and tail are also the same, similar kind of a color. I really like that white blaze on his face, and I don't think that counts officially in judging, but I can't help but think that subconsciously it has to count for something. The next colt back for presentation is number 1084, Joker BHN. His sire is Distinction BHN, and the dam is Asia BHF. He's got sort of a chocolate-colored coat. It's kind of a unique color, I think. I think technically that would be a dark bay, but he's got a lot of flash with the white socks and the white blaze on his face. And there you can see that classic arched neck of the Arabian horse. This is the one I said earlier I thought had the best movement of the bunch, and I'm sticking to my story on that one. Here he looks right at us as he goes on by. We welcome back for presentation number 1195, Royal Luca. His sire is HDF Lugano, and the dam is Royal Hadara. He's got kind of a blue tint almost to the gray coat that looks really cool to me. And he's really smooth at the trot too. Here we slow down the action and you can see just how smooth that trot really is. And a nice, really close look at that head. Next up is number 364, RD Indigo. He is out of Preludio OSB and RD Kiana. Here's a good close look at him, and now even closer. He starts out trotting nice and even keeled, but then he gets a little rambunctious, and I think he was doing that earlier when he first came in the arena. It's actually kind of what you want to see in a colt, I believe, anyway. Those of you who show halter classes, maybe you could leave a comment. Let us know if that's a plus or a minus in the judges' minds. The next one back to present is number 1145, Mateo Anvil. The sire is D. Shakat, and the dam is Italia Mea Lua. I hope I said that right. And what a beautiful presentation by the handler, Ellen Harris. This is one of only 2 gray colts in this class, which is a little bit unusual since gray is such a common color in Arabians. However, some of them that are a darker color or even chestnut can eventually become gray as they grow up. Well, here's one last look around the arena before we hear what the judges say about who got champion, reserve champion, and then the rest will be top 10. Top 10 goes to number 178, Duval LD, and the owner and handler are Danielle Hull. She accidentally drops the ribbon, and watch the colt's reaction here in a second. It's like, there's a monster down there. Danielle's like, seriously, Duval? Come on. And then he whinnies just for good measure. I love the smile by owner and trainer Murray Popplewell for a top 10 finisher, RD Indigo. Top 10 also goes to Prism ACA, number 907. The owner and trainer are Manny Lawrence. Top 10 goes to number 1084, Joker BHN. The owner is Keith Kritschke and the handler is Faith Kritschke. And I love the smile that Faith gives us. Another top 10 goes to number 1145, Mateo Anvil, and Ellen Harris is the owner and handler. Number 1195, Royal Luca, goes top 10. The owner is Mark Davis, and the handler is Amanda Pagan or Pagan. Our final top 10 before we hear the champion and reserve champion is number 1841, El Topia, with Adam R. Miller, the owner and handler. Here is your reserve champion, who's a little nervous about getting that wreath of flowers. It's number 141, Ovation JM, and the breeder, owner, and handler are all Margaret Vandenbroek. He is still not liking those flowers, but they pretty quickly get him settled down and gets his picture taken. They get a nice big check for over $12,500. And your champion is 322 London. The breeders are Collins Smith and Brandy Carson. The owner is Brandy Carson, and the handler is Micaiah Carson. Here he kicks up his heels as they get ready to do a little victory lap. But around the bend they come, and congratulations to this beautiful colt for winning a class against such tough competition.